how often have you ever kind of tamed your emotions to maintain peace in a relationship? I know I have. I know I
Yeah,
have.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh,
Right freaking now. Like literally before I just came on this doggone podcast. Yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
yes.
I tame myself a lot around these parts. Because if I did not, oh, I'd be going off and snapping off every doggone day. I would.
That's neat. But you know what, dude? Sometimes when we do that, do you feel that it's helping? Because
Oh,
sometimes
in the
that's
moment, yeah, it feels real good. I
not to snap
mean,
off.
no, it feels real good to snap.
Oh. But you didn't. Because you said you're holding that in, you just to maintain the peace and
Yeah,
harmony.
I didn't, not this go around, but I have. Last week, I did. I snapped. Yeah, the emotions was not, I wasn't able to hold those emotions in because you can only take so much. You can only take so much from a person who claims to love you,
Mm-hmm.
but then their actions don't match the words. And they take, and give absolutely nothing in return or very little.
Yeah.
And that takes a toll after a while. And so at that point, even if I may not say anything in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
I will do other things to get my point across or to satisfy me, which was what I did earlier today when I took a certain someone off of all of my insurance policies.
That's one way to do it.
So I didn't snap. I didn't get upset. I just took them off of everything. And that was satisfying. So it was something I could do in the moment, not get my blood pressure up, but still get my point across. And that felt good. It sure did.
And it does. Well, with me, I would have to say that I've I have a habit of always trying to keep the peace.
Yes,
So
you
not
do,
say
sis.
much. I do.
You do.
And when I should be saying something, I don't
Mhm.
because I just hold
I don't have
back.
my glasses
And I
on.
used to think, and it's funny because I used to think that that's the way you should
You
be.
got me on. I
Because
need to see a
if
minute.
you
Okay,
ask,
take your time. Don't worry about it.
if I was able to
Okay.
say what I wanted to say or feel what I wanted to feel in that
Food right
moment,
now?
I used to always
You can't.
believe I
No.
would hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm gonna hurt your feelings. Because sometimes you do want to go. Have you ever felt like you just want to go below the belt?
Oh, absolutely. All the time.
Just
All
I
the
mean,
all
hit
the
me with
time.
the rope
I'm
for
sorry.
real.
I'm not supposed to be drinking on here, right?
No, you can
Emotional
do. Maybe yes, you can.
agility.
I
Oh,
almost
okay.
gave you a glass too. Yeah, you
Oh, okay,
good.
okay. I mean, it's just
Emotional
tea, but I just
agility.
want to make sure. They may think it's something because it's in a little cute glass, but
Okay, you can
okay.
drink all you want.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they go low, I go to hell.
That can
uh,
happen.
let me
Yeah.
start.
I'm gonna pause one more time and then I'm gonna chime in because little Sherry trying to get her life together over here. Y'all think I'm bad? Wait till y'all see my mama.
This mom is Sherry right
Okay.
here. Okay. Wait, now wait. I'm waving my teeth in front of the screen. Okay. Trying to
Oh,
Oh my God.
I'm trying to get him to stay in my. I'm like, wait. I got the bottoms in. They say that. What you?
Okay, while she get her teeth in, I'm gonna, I'm gonna talk about this emotional agility. So while she get her teeth in.
Do I
okay.
have emotional agility or not? I had a full mouth of teeth and now I don't. I ain't doing just. And I ain't just right. I can say, hey,
We gonna
don't
have to do
worry
this
about it.
again.
If it happens to you, it'll be okay. It'll take a minute for you to adjust yourself. So you can't eat potato chips with a fried chicken with a you can't even make potato salad because you can't crush the potatoes and the
This is not
garlic
how this is
and
supposed to
the
go.
onions
And
and the
you
bell
can't
pepper.
dictate the emotional agility. This is emotional agility
I
for her.
I accepted that fact and now I'm comfortable.
Now,
I'm
I'm
beautiful. I'm
going
not
to
ugly without my teeth. and I'm proud to be
And that,
there.
Okay.
there you go.
Okay.
That's emotional agility, right?
You wait, except
No,
for
And
teach.
Yes, it is.
no.
Let her talk.
Go ahead.
No, let her talk. Go
Okay.
ahead. Go
Let me
ahead.
tell you, there was a situation where I was comfortable with myself and who I am. And one of the things that I am is a cook. I'm a very, very, very good cook. My nickname is Betty Crocker. And when something occurs that you didn't ask for, like take the top two teeth and they take them all, now you got to sue somebody, there's an adjustment. You make potato salad, you chop vegetables. I'm an expert. But the thing about cooking is you must be able to merge the juices and flavors, the spices and vegetables and everything so that you can taste the flavors. You can't do that with your gums. It doesn't occur. And with regular dentures, the top of your mouth is covered and the teeth are covered. So you don't even get the juices in. So I had to make that adjustment from Betty Crocker cook to I can't cook. You have to have that agility, that determination, the ability to stand up, and even your brain is saying, I'm depressed, I don't feel good, something's not right. You are one step at a time moving toward rectifying that situation. And I didn't realize how important that was until my daughter today told me, you look beautiful, you look radiant. What have you been doing? Keep doing it. The truth is, I told her, for the past 2 weeks, I've been so depressed. Now, let's keep this one thing in mind. I'm a diagnosed bipolar disorder.
Oh, you definitely got hope.
PTSD. Yes. And you have to be strong to accept these diagnoses and move through the symptoms that they put you through. Otherwise, you wind up in a hospital with no ability to do anything. So I know for a fact that my mental agility, I'm 65 years old, have 5 children, 20 years apart. First set three, second set two. Yes, I was there, and no, I wasn't there. But I wasn't there for myself. But guess what happened? The mental agility, the ability to accept the situation as it is. This is what it is, and separate it from what I would like for it to be, how I can make it be, how I can adjust this, me, and make it. No, no. This is the situation. Your brain has to, you have to be willing to strongly work toward saying, okay, now what do I do with this information?
Okay.
And go from there.
Well, thank you.
Well,
And you,
yeah, that was a lot of emotional agility when you look at the different categories
Mm-hmm.
and you can pick out which ones that literally she was going through. And so I just want to say this little piece, and I don't know where we are really going with this whole conversation, but just to really say, like literally before sis, you sent out that text about joining the call and doing this thing, I literally just said, I looked in her eyes, I saw clarity, I saw beauty, I saw so much, and I told her, what did I tell you?
Yeah,
I said, this is the first time in life that I've ever seen you in this light. And that really meant a lot for me.
mm-hmm.
That meant a lot for her to really be like, girl. And so when you sent the text, we was just rapping about this. Like when you think about the different, pull that back up, because we looked at, it was a couple different, it was one particular, and I think that's the one that you all was just talking about. You know, when you hold, I don't know what the exact name of that particular one was, but when we don't say things, when we hold things in, when we do this, you know, different things, and how that's taxing on us.
and it
And
is.
then to be able to speak
Silence
your,
when you're silent.
which one was it, Vicki?
It's when you're silent. Like I
Yeah.
have that part of me that I go silent when I'm angry, or I don't want to upset somebody, or I'm trying to get keep the peace. I just don't say nothing at all. So that's one of the ones, and you're not living in your truth that way.
Right. And that was the one, not living in your truth. And then when you start to live in your truth, everybody all of a sudden is like, where this person come from? Who is this? What is this? And it's like, this always been there. And when I tell every single person in my life Do not take me for granted, and do not take me for soft. I am never soft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hardcore. I do this for life, for living, for real. But I also always just wanted to be loved and desired and appreciated. And so I'm gonna put up with a lot. But when I'm done, I'm done, right? And so that silence that silence is strong. And what I've been trying to do is not be silenced anymore. If it's something that's happening in the moment, I'm gonna speak on that in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always trying to spare everybody's feelings. If I say this to you, how are you gonna take it? How are you gonna feel? I'm always worried about how they're gonna feel. But at the end of the day, you're not worried about how you made me feel to even get to this point. So why I'm sparing your feelings, right? And
That's
that's
true.
what a lot of times we tend to do is we're gonna spare other people because we don't want to hurt them when they've already hurt us. And I'm not a cold person or none of that. But there's a couple of defining moments. And one time when one of my friends, she said, "You stop. You let people do this and do that to you." I was like, this was Fifi. Fifi, if you listen to this, she gonna see it on the thing. Because I think it's also valuable when you let people know, the people that influence you in your life, people that have helped you to become whatever you are, whether it's good, bad, indifferent. I think it's important to be able to say that. And a lot of times we never want to call the person out. So in this case, I'm gonna say when Fifi told me I was soft, that meant a lot to me because I'm like, that's how you view me, that's how you see me. Because I view
Mm-hmm.
myself as a strong person. And so for you to tell me I was soft, Fifi, I'm never soft. But I'm here, mental. I'll mess you up here before I ever say any word. Prime example, and it's just a different example that's a little petty one. And I know, Vicky, we got to go to another subject. And I probably deterred from what we was even talking about. Don't matter. You deterred too, but whatever. See, this the kind of stuff. You always got haters. Now she over here hating on me because she had a little kid. Now I can't have one. But don't worry about it. Well, you don't have no more time because now we got to get to Sonia and Vicky back. But literally over the weekend, I went to a Bears fundraiser, little thing. I had my little Bears shirt on. I'm not a Bears fan, or I am a Bears fan. Don't nobody know either way. But everybody kept wanting you to be a Bears fan because you got the clothes on. And they said, well, she's not really a Bears fan. And they asked me. And I said, I got on the shirt. I have on the shirt. So I never said I am. I never said I'm not. I just said I have on the shirt. Now that leaves you to determine. Is she a Bears fan or is she not a Bears fan? You can wear anything all day long and you may think I'm that, but I may not. But I'm wearing it because I am. Now I want you all to decide which one is it. That's all I gotta say. Buy me a beer. I don't care. All you want is a beer. Buy me a beer. I don't care what t-shirt you wear.
Lord have mercy. So get into our next question though. Do you believe cultural or community or background
What was the question?
shapes our
It's a
emotions?
new question. I know.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you gotta listen to the new question. You keep talking. Well, you.
Oh my God, you gonna have to mute them. Y'all gotta stop talking when she's talking.
Well, she was trying to figure out the question. We're sorry, Vicky. This our first time. We're gonna be better next time.
I know. Well, this.
You thought that we were gonna have no questions. So.
Yeah, I did say I was gonna get some questions.
A few. Okay, I thought we had two already.
No, you didn't. You only had one.
Oh, you didn't
I
ask
just went left with it, but you only had one. But no, seriously though, do you believe?
Now she'll give us a pop quiz that she done buttered us up to come on here.
It's not a pop quiz. It's something to think about.
No,
It's
not. Okay, go ahead.
We're
ready.
thought-provoking.
We're ready.
Do you believe cultural or community background shapes your emotions? Like how you grew up? How you grew up? I know for me it did. That's where the silence come from. Because I was shut up when I was little. I was told to stay in a child's place when I was little. So you really couldn't develop those healthy emotions that children should develop. You know, you have to let your children express yourself. I wasn't able to do that growing up. So I was just wondering, like, do you think like cultural, our background as being, you know, our Black community and everything, how you grew up, did it shape the way you react to things, the way you feel about things.
Yeah.
Of course.
It absolutely
Yes,
did.
It's a question. You don't have to dive deep into it. I don't want to,
So definitely, the way that I grew up definitely had played a role in my emotional stability. I was an emotional basket case. I was a hothead. I had a lot of anger issues. I used to fight a lot, and I would cuss you out at the drop of a dime. I was all over the place. Depression, suicide attempts, all of those things because of the way that I grew up. And then some of the things that happened as I got older, I was not emotionally prepared to handle those things. And so at a point, it got out of control. It really got out of control to the point where it could have ruined my life. Like seriously ruined my life, where I would be in jail right now. And then I had to kind of check myself.
Mm-hmm.
I had to check myself because I was letting the emotions, the things that hurt me growing up as a young adult, into my 20s, all the things that were coming at me from the outside, I didn't know how to deal with. And so, yeah, culturally, and you got these outside influences that, kind of shape how you see the
Especially
world.
now.
Yes, that shape how you see the world. And so that took its toll in effect because I'm taking in things from this person and that person and this situation and that situation and things that were going on in the military, just all of these things coming at once. And I had to go to therapy. I had to go to therapy to learn how to control my emotions, to learn how to not go after people, because I was the type, if you get me, I'm going to get you worse and I'm going to ruin your life. I'm going to either put you in the hospital or I'll make sure you wind up in somebody's jail. And was it rational? Not always, but I always felt justified in doing what I was doing, regardless of who it hurt. And then I finally realized that the person I was really hurting was me. But I didn't learn that until I got into therapy, that all these things that you're doing and all these things that you are letting, keeping bottled up and holding on to was really, really affecting me and no one else, because the whole world was going on about their business. And I was the one that was suffering. And it was my therapist that actually got me through some of the roughest, toughest time, even times that I never told y'all about. Some of the roughest, toughest, and the lowest moments in my life. It was rough. I didn't actually start functioning well mentally until I was well into my late 30s, early 40s. That's when I finally got my stuff together. It affected how I parent my children because of the way that I grew up. I was so busy trying not to be like my mother, biological mother, trying not to be like her, that I was doing some of the wrong things, even with them. And therapy helped me to be a better mother to them. Medication helped me stabilize my emotions so that I could just be a better person in general. And I'm glad that I did it, because I'm a much better person now. I'm a much better mother, a much better sister, much better in my overall life because of that. So yeah, mental illness is real. The allowing yourself to get help when your emotions get out of control to the point where you're ready to unalive yourself can be scary. And it is a path that I don't wish on anyone. The path that I took to get here, I'm glad that I took it. But would I take it again? No. If I had learned those things when I was growing up, and I had those type of interactions with people to show me how to control my emotions when I was growing up, I don't think I would have had as hard of a life as I had.
used to say the same. Well, I could say the same thing, you know, about my upbringing and about my surroundings and my family and all that other stuff. But again, I took a different path. I didn't take the anger. Like I was angry, but I think my anger was internalized.
Mhm.
Instead of me outward, I would never voice my opinion. I would never voice my dislike or anything like that because I was always afraid that one, I'm going to hurt somebody, I'm going to hurt their feelings. Or have you ever felt, well, with me, this is me. I used to hold back on what I would say because I was always afraid I'm going to say what my mother used to say to me and how she used to hurt me. Like the things she used to say to go below the belt, I used to always feel like I'm gonna get that angry and I'm gonna do that to somebody else. So I remember how that made me feel. So I would just be
Never
quiet.
wanted somebody to feel, yeah.
So when you remember how that made you feel, you're silent. But then because I go to therapy now, I'm realizing that's not always good.
Right.
I can channel what I say, but I still need to say it because
Mhm.
You
that is how I'm feeling.
absolutely. You have to say it. You have to let it be known. But it's also the way that you say it. You know, in all our life, we always hear it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Mhm.
Because words are so strong and words have meaning. And when you say something, you can't take it back. What you say in that moment is what you truly feel, and you can't then backstep it, back take it. And I think that's the part that people have to be real about themselves. If it's this moment and I'm having whatever, that's what I'm feeling, that's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm feeling. But at the same time, I make sure I process. I
And that is,
process.
yep, and that
And
is
it may
part
take
of
me
emotional
2 days,
intelligence.
2 weeks, and maybe that's not good. I don't think it's good for right in the moment when something happens that you just initially, and that's part of the one that it said. Recognize and accepting thoughts and feelings, acknowledge, embrace that inner feeling, even when
Mhm.
those negative emotions and stuff happen, right? Because if you just strike out in that moment, baby,
I want to jump in real fast.
I was
Mhm.
I know she wasn't done because I'll forget. I'll forget.
you will go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So you should do that too. But read that again. What you just said and speaking to what you just read.
Which one? Okay, to recognize and accept thoughts and feelings, acknowledge, embrace your inner experiences, negative emotions like anxiety, frustration.
Okay, great. And
Mhm.
speaking and responding to the young lady who just spoke, those negative feelings, the negative the way you express yourself, I understand what you're saying, but this seems to be saying to me that when I had those negative things occurring in my life, I don't know how, but for some reason I was able to accept what happened and separate that from the person who was causing that situation to be bad, like my mom, blah, 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 blah. I felt this way, but I was able to accept the fact that I love her emotionally from the pain that she caused. They were two separate things. I had to emotionally categorize the events that occurred in my life. And I'm 65, and there's been some horrible, absolutely horrible events in my life. So I'm grateful for the ability, which is learned, by the way. It's a
Mhm.
skill that we choose to learn how to do, to categorize our emotions, to stop, take a deep breath, and say, what does this situation actually mean to me in my life? How does this affect me emotionally? I'm hurt, I'm saddened, I'm embarrassed, whatever the situation is, you must ask yourself. Because these automatic feelings come inside, and you want to understand what it is that you're feeling and why you're feeling that. And why am I feeling angry instead of confused? Those little things help you learn to categorize your emotional thoughts and feelings, your reactions to these thoughts and feelings, and your ability to be
Yeah. To
To
be
be
agile,
flexible,
which is
to be
it.
agile,
Mm-hmm.
and go from 1 to 2 instead of 1 to 10. As far as I'm concerned, if you can be
Oh
emotionally
yeah.
flexible, you can go from 0 to 2, defuse a situation, move back down. And when I say situation, I mean an emotional situation that causes you to feel uncomfortable, or anything that you don't want to, anything that's negative that makes you feel uncomfortable. You have to make a choice. I don't want to feel that way. This hurts. This is uncomfortable. Why am I feeling this way? Well, that person, blah, 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 blah. And then you break down that. Well, why do I feel this emotion? Because they, blah, blah, blah. Or this situation, blah, blah, blah. So you have to always come back to you. Ask yourself these questions. Probe. And then make a choice to make the change. And you know what I found out today, thanks to my daughter? Sometimes you don't even recognize when you're doing it, or that you're doing it well, or that you've accomplished what you were trying to do. You're actually doing it. Because emotionally, sometimes things can have you in a place where you don't see your worth. You don't see how good you're doing, how you are actually emotionally flexible and agile, just in your everyday life. The man cuts you off. You didn't curse, you didn't give him the finger, and you didn't run him over.
Oh well, I need to relearn that.
Yeah, let all of us. Because
Listen,
baby,
I need to. Okay,
wait, Jada taught me how to do it
you
right. Jada
right.
taught me how to
Listen,
do it
you
right.
need the wrong analogy on that one. I'm like, I
Is
need to
that
relearn that.
emotional?
Right, now
Okay.
it's the other way. You gotta do this one. Jada taught me how to do it right. Yeah.
Emotional flexibility and agility.
Listen, what?
I will roll with that one.
Always, because listen, nope, not doing it. But I do really appreciate everybody's feedback. What I did want to do is kind of talk about, give some advice to our community as far as being, because we always end up being resilient and strong.
Which
But when it comes to
I,
emotional agility, we need to learn how to be soft in our approach as well. Because we can stand, our softness can be our strength. And what would that look like?
me,
Especially for young men. I know
Oh,
I've
no.
taught my sons to always tell me how they feel. I have taught them that it is okay to not be okay. It is okay to cry. I've had them break down to me a few times because I did grow up in an era where boys don't cry.
Mhm.
You just suck it up. You keep going. Men don't do this. Men don't do that. And that's not true. So I just want to be able to just tell the community, the people that may see this, like it is okay not to be okay, especially for the Black men. Like I harp on that.
Yeah, and it is okay to not be okay. And that, it's so funny you say that because that was something else that I had to learn. I always thought that I had to be strong. I couldn't let anybody see me weak. And that's a weak mindset to have. That actually, it kind of oxymoron. It,
Counterintuitive.
yeah.
Mhm.
So and like you, Vicky, I taught my kids that it's okay. My boys, I have two boys, that it's okay to show emotion. It's okay to let it out. Don't keep it bottled in. And I
Mhm.
think because of the things that they saw going on with me emotionally, and I thought that I was hiding it well from them, but yeah, no. And we literally just had a conversation on our weekly family calls about some of the things that they saw that
Mhm.
I thought they were too young to even remember, but lo and behold, they do remember some of the emotional instability with me, their father, things that they saw. Um, and so, but for them, as they were growing up, we used to have sessions where they could come and tell me anything, and that I would tell them, listen, if you're feeling, sad, if you're feeling, I don't think I used the word depressed because they were young, and I don't think they understood depression like that, but I said something related to that. that it was okay to come and talk to me, that therapy actually works. It can help because trained therapists have the tools to draw things out of you that you didn't even know were in there. And so, what I would say to our community, especially Black men, that it is okay to get help. Mental health is a real thing, and a lot of people suffer from it. But you can get help and you can get better. And I also learned that forgiveness is actually not for the other person. It is for you.
Yourself.
It is for you. When you can truly forgive, it's like a release of you instantly feel better. Because I had to forgive someone. It took years for me to do that. Like truly do that. And then be okay. But once I did do that, learning that in therapy, once I did do that, my life was a whole lot better because the times that I said that I really forgave, I really didn't. But then when I did, that opened up a floodgate of negative emotions, just sort of like poof, disappeared. Terrible thoughts that I had about a lot of things, poof, disappeared. And that helped my emotional agility because I wasn't holding on to all this anger and frustration and being pissed off and just sorry, but the sound of her voice would just irritate the hell out of me. But once I finally decide, you know what, I can't hold on to this anymore because it's affecting my life negatively. It's affecting my emotions negatively. And I finally said, you know what, I just have to let it go. And that was a part of my emotional agility and maturing. You know what I mean? So I would say don't avoid hard things. Don't
I would say don't avoid hard conversations too.
Don't avoid hard conversations. Yes. Don't avoid, don't suppress your emotions. If you have things to say, get it out. Talk to people. Don't mope around. Don't brood.
I learned how to recognize the symptoms that my mental illness causes. And I learned to separate that, have that mental agility to say, I'm going through symptoms. I'm having symptoms of my illness. And I must adjust how I react to myself, how I react to other people, how other people can see me. They're like, are you okay today? And I say, yeah, I'm just having symptoms of my mental health illness, bipolar disorder diagnosed. And there are symptoms that go along with that interfere with my ability to make that adjustment from one situation, mental agility, to another and react appropriately. So I learned, and it took me a long, long time. I wasn't diagnosed with anything until way into my 20s plus. I'm being generous, though.
I get that.
But it's a process, and I'm like, I know I'm feeling like this, and like I told her, I'm feeling this way for 2 weeks. I'm major depressed, and my symptoms are acting up, and that is my symptom telling my brain this is what's happening. But because I'm able to adjust quickly, I understand that. So I can keep moving forward. I can keep doing the steps that I need to do to take that situation, get it in hand, and get rid of it. There are two things happening simultaneously. Is your brain telling you one thing and you understanding, no, that is the symptom of my illness telling me that. That's not true. And you can move on and concentrate on what the real situation is that is in front of you. Yeah, and it takes a long time to learn, and I hate whenever that oh my God feeling comes up. And the worst part is when you are alone and you have no one to look at you and say to you, "You're doing fine. You're doing okay." You're all in your head in here. And I'm a very strong person. I'm 65 years old. But I'm a very, very, very strong person and grateful to be here. And grateful that I have learned how to understand an illness, mental illness, and be able to not lose the ability to have an emotional agility of any kind. Because sometimes it can just take you away, and that's gone, and sometimes it's gone forever. But like I said, I'm 65, so I've been dealing with this since I was in my 20s. So I have learned how to make
Really before
adjustments.
your 20s.
Well, I wasn't diagnosed
Well,
until
it
my
doesn't matter
20s.
about when you got
But
diagnosed,
but
it matters about when
it started when I was 8 years old. Younger than that, actually.
Right.
I was a kindergartner when my first post-traumatic stress situation occurred.
Yeah.
I was 5 years old.
And that's the part that is not talked about
that's
generation.
that's never diagnosed. You never talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's for another podcast.
Yep.
Tune in next week.
Okay.
We'll be right here. You're gonna have to send her the link. No, we won't be right here. We won't be broadcasting live from the backyard, but we never know. Donna and Mama Sherry, right here next week.
Yes, Miss Sherry said, okay, on this podcast.
What we talking about?
You had your moment. No, but we have to get ready to wrap this up. We have to get ready to wrap this up. But I do, I thank you for the conversation. I thank you for everybody that's tuned in and that's listening. I am very excited, especially having my two sisters on there and Miss Sherry. And I can't wait for you all to hear our next podcast where I'm going to have more sisters on here. And if you thought they were crazy, wait a minute.
And next one gonna be real live, so ain't gonna be no adding and cutting. Y'all gonna get the abbreviated version for this one, but
Oh Lord, girl, I ain't finna edit this one either. No,
okay, cool. Yeah, please don't, cause I wasn't ready tonight, but I'll be ready on the next one.
Okay.
Stand there and be ready at 7 o'clock. Leave the teeth in, okay? Don't everybody have that kind of emotional agility to say,
I want to have the teeth in there. Okay. But again, any last words on
This was something.
Yeah, that would be a no. Any last words, Shauna? But I love you guys. And
love you too.
Again, all right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.